I'm joined now by Kamran Bokhari. He's a fellow with George Washington University's program on extremism and a senior lecturer at the University of Ottawa. John Kerry striking a rather optimistic tone. Is he right?
I wish I shared the confidence, but everything that we see about ISIS says that we have a long road ahead of us. So yeah, they were dislodged from Palmyra, they were chased out of Ramadi, but look, they abducted like 200 people from Damascus. What kind of infrastructure do you have to be able to pull that off?
It's a very good question, and of course we don't have answers for it. Talk to me a little bit about the Brussels raids today, these arrests. Does that do much of a dent in terms of attacking that cell there in Brussels?
I think that it does degrade that infrastructure that's there. But I think that we should be looking beyond this because our enemy is looking beyond it. Our enemy has already factored in the loss of these people. So they've sort of been essentially taken off the books, if you will. If ISIS isn't putting too much stock on them, we shouldn't give them too much importance. Sure, there could be a treasure trove of intelligence, could not be. But I think that we need to broaden sort of the scope of the investigation.
One of the things you said, moving ahead, think ahead of the opponent, so to speak. We're seeing in Brussels, in Belgium, and across Europe, they're making efforts at transportation hubs to increase security. Is that a step in the right direction? And I want to also get your thoughts here in the United States. The U.S. Senate voting, and they don't agree on anything, voting the other day, they want to get bomb-sniffing dogs in the airports and extra personnel. Are these the correct steps to be taking?
Yes and no. Yes, because you have to take these steps, but we also must be mindful that we can't protect everything. So the solution is to get ahead in terms of the intelligence curve. If we know where these people are, we can preempt them. Otherwise, we're reacting. And again, it's very, very hard to penetrate ISIS. But if we are going to neutralize this threat, degrade it, we're going to have to do some, effort at penetrating the group.
It's interesting, though. I was hearing an analyst the other day who said, you're talking about looking ahead, and he said in some respects, perhaps you should look in the past as well, because it seemed like everyone was focused on al-Qaeda and ISIS came out of nowhere. And now he said everyone seems to be focused on ISIS and they don't really have their eye on al-Qaeda, and he feels as though al-Qaeda's growing. Is this a case of just whack-a-mole? One's down, the other one pops back up, and how do you get ahead?
So sadly, it is a case of whack-a-mole. But the thing is that ISIS didn't pop out of thin air. It came out of al-Qaeda. So the irony is we were chasing al-Qaeda. We didn't see ISIS emerging from it. There were some of us in the analytical world who did it. Foresee. We predicted its rise when everybody else was thinking that democracy is just around the corner in Damascus. Only if we can push Assad out. Look where we are today. I think that there is a problem in our intelligence capability. We're really great at collection, but we're not that good when it comes to analysis.
How do you improve that? How do you change that?
It requires, intelligence agencies are a function of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is routine. Routine sets in, you tend to miss those things that are critical, but you disregard them as routine. And we need to be able to have a disruptive work ethic where we deliberately disrupt our intelligence analytical operations in order to be able to catch those anomalies before something tragic happens.
All right, Kamran, always great to have you on the broadcast. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.